So we're holding a careers sit trip, which will be geared round the Families programme. The fact that we're in our third anniversary of offering spouses and partners employment support, and it will really emphasise the experiences and barriers and challenges we've all faced as spouses with our careers and our, moving around, and it will really emphasise that, but also encourage them to sign up. Get that support that's well deserved, and also the panel are a fantastic bunch, and they'll be able to give some really good lived experiences and some top tips as well.
What kind of additional challenges do the spouses face?
Previous research has shown that spouses, find stepping off that career path and having to give up that career and the job aspirations as one of the challenges faced when moving around. We've as spouses ourselves on the programme who are advisors. I'm a Scottish girl living in Devon. I've faced challenges myself in terms of not having suitable childcare, not having that family support, the social isolation part, and I suppose also the remote locations, and ultimately being so far from that support network that you're used to having. It can sometimes be really daunting. In fact, it can be a lot of the time daunting, and it's almost that where do I start piece. I know what I want to achieve, but how do I do that?
Do you find that when you apply for jobs, people take that kind of fact that you may not be there for that long, that your partner may be posted away at some point, so therefore you're not a long-term investment, into account when they're deciding who to hire?
We, as spouses and partners, are highly skilled. Sometimes it's that recognition piece of finding out exactly what skills that we do hold and how that would be interpreted and tailored into job opportunities that are available. We speak to employers and we work with employers, and that is being turned around in terms of there is more opportunity and more scope for armed forces personnel to be accepted within that work. And I know, sometimes it can be the case of, if you're in a job and you might be moving around quite a lot, hopefully that flexible working piece and finding something that you can take with you is becoming more of an age. But ultimately we are highly skilled. And again, it's just that skill recognition piece that we can help with, because, as spouses and partners and moving around, we are very resilient, and we've built up a real good skills tools box, and we can help them recognise that.
What specific help are you offering them? What are the challenges that people really need help to overcome?
So we can really help with the employment journey as a whole. What we look at the career diagnostics, and what we mean by that is we really give them an in-depth, call where we look at what skills that they've got, what is their desires, what are their hopes and dreams. We look at setting action points and short-term goals. So this is a planned piece where we really look at and home in on and listen to what it is that they would like to achieve. We help with CV recognition and sort of tailoring. We will help with the CV construction. So if you've never had a CV before, that's something we can definitely do. We'll help with application support, where to look for their jobs, job searching skills, and then the interview techniques and interview prep, because that can again be quite a daunting challenge when you've either not had a job for 10 years or you've had interviews, but ultimately you find it's a bit of a sticking point. So from anything, and the confidence as well, and the motivational piece, that's massive. It's about just having the confidence and self-esteem to be able to not count yourself out straight away. And again, that's things that we can help with, that we've overcome and challenged ourselves, and we can really emphasize and help with.
Generally, it sounds like a lot of these people, they've lived very much in the sphere of, that military family. They've moved around with a military family. This is about helping people to embrace other areas in that community. And it's not always that easy, is it?
It's definitely not easy when you live in a military style bubble and, almost that your life is kind of taken up with moving around, the uncertainty of where you're going to be living, and what support you're going to have. But ultimately, we are resilient spouses and partners. We have built up a lot of skills and a lot of resilience, and ultimately we can really help with being able to identify with that, and also again, like I said, it's about that confidence piece and gaining something for yourself. Ultimately, sometimes this isn't about financial gain and people just wanting to get into a job, but people looking for careers, like people looking for building up that skill set for that time, when the time comes that they can then pursue their career. And that's not to say that they can't now, and I think that's why I'm so passionate about this job, because I have worked throughout my husband's military career, and it's not always been roses and really easy, but ultimately I don't know why I've switched on autopilot and just managed to kind of get through. But ultimately I'd love to just get other spouses and partners to recognise what they can achieve, and what they've got, because like I said, they've got a fantastic set of skills.
Services are being expanded now, aren't they?
Yes, they are. RFEA, the Families Programme, already offer that, that employability and that employment journey in terms of CVs and, coaching and things like that. But what we want to do is we want to expand those services, and in the not too distant future we will have offerings from our Tech Vets programme, where spouses and partners on the programme will have access to digital and cyber training and opportunities, which is great, because obviously we like to expand the employment search, and also coaching sessions, which again is something that we find is really important with that goal setting, with the aims, with that planning, which is what we already do and implement, but we want to just take that to the next step. So we are going to be offering 6 sessions which will be completely free through the charity.